A post on Reddit was brought to the attention of Christopher Connolly on January 12, 2017, and it talked about a guy who was having a drink with his boss, who proceeded to tell him a story about a UFO incident. This incident came to be known as the North Michigan Strange Light Phenomenon. At first, the guy thought that his boss was joking around, but then he got serious and began to tell him a very strange story. He said that when he had been driving along in his car some 20 years back in North Michigan close to Glen Harbor at around 2:30 am, his entire car had suddenly lit up even though he was in the middle of nowhere. He said that the light was insanely bright and there was a shrieking type noise that actually hurt his ears. The man had been out taking photographs of the region as he was a keen photographer and his camera was in the passenger seat of the car. At this point, he described getting out of the vehicle and seeing a strange craft that was hovering above him, and it remained there for what seemed to be a very long time. He then reached into his car and grabbed his camera and began to take photographs. At this point, the man went over to a filing cabinet and started rustling around in some folders. He then showed his friend the photos, and at this point, the hairs rose on the back of his neck and his jaw just dropped open as he realized that his friend was not joking. The photographs seem to have come from a camera that is an older model than the ones on the market today. The only images that were available for investigation were photographs that had been taken of the original photographs, and of course this was not the best for analyzing. The photographs had been taken at nighttime and they showed snow on the ground, so the temperature would have been cold. The photographs did not reveal if there were clouds around or if there were any other types of meteorological formation. However, they do show that the ground is very heavily illuminated, and this created almost complete coverage of the region. The light formations look like pillars that are rising up from the center of the area that is illuminated. The light seems to have a bluish tinge to it and no animals, vehicles, or humans can be seen in the pictures. There does seem to be a signpost in the lower right-hand side of the photo, which is seen on the opposite side of the road, and this could indicate that there is a side road leading off the main one. The strange lights do seem to be behind trees, but the distance cannot be judged from the person taking the photograph. An anonymous user had posted the photos on Reddit, who was said to be the co-worker of the person who witnessed the event. The date of the actual event is unknown, but it was said to have taken place some 20 years previously. The photograph was analyzed and no craft was seen in the picture. What can be seen is that there appears to be a valley, and this is where the lights are coming from. The lights also seem to be hitting a small cloud or fog that is low-lying. It is possible that the site may be a construction or fracking site, or it could be a city. The lights do seem to look like the light that a site or small town might make. The pillars of light could be explained away by ice crystals or maybe light pillars. Light pillars are an atmospheric optical phenomenon that seems to extend below or above the light source. The effect comes from the reflection of the light from many small ice crystals that are suspended in the clouds or the atmosphere. The light might come from the sun if it is close to the horizon or below it. It is also possible that it might come from streetlights or the moon. Light pillars are commonly found in colder climates, including in Michigan, where the photo was taken. The original Reddit post: "Was having a drink with my boss in his office today. I'm a conspiracy theorist and he picks at me from time to time regarding some of the stuff I share with him. So he goes, 'Did I ever tell you my UFO story?' I was like, ha 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 ha, okay, thanks for making fun of me." His face got serious and he goes, "Listen to this story." So he said, 20 or so years ago I was driving in northern Michigan near Glen Harbor, sick, at 2:30 am in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden my entire car lit up. He described this insane light and shrieking noise that hurt his ears, and he's going on and I'm waiting for him to laugh and be all like, "Gotcha." He had been taking pictures of northern Michigan 'cause photography is his hobby, so he had a camera on the passenger seat of his car. He said he got out and this craft was hovering over him for what seemed like a very long time. He was afraid. Then he remembers he had his camera, so he took it out and said he took pictures. Still, I'm waiting for him to laugh. I gave him a "yeah, okay look," then he rolled his chair over to his file cabinet and started rustling around folders. See the photos attached to this post. The hairs stood up on the back of my neck and my arms. My jaw dropped.